Hello and welcome back to episode 3 of Let's Play ETS2 completely vanilla. Now first things first, I'm going to check just the prices of a few Scanias here. From what I can remember, they're I think it's the 82,000 mark for... I can't buy online yet, can I? No, you're not trusted enough yet, so visit select a dealer. Yes. I think it's around the 82,000 mark to get the cheapest Scania, the horrible green one, but again you can edit that and modify it, build up the engine parts and whatnot. Yeah, this horrible green one here, I think it's the cheapest one. It's 87 grand. So what I'm going to do is go to the bank, check how much you can get. Oh, you can get 80 grand outright. I've got 7. Still not quite enough because there's still the odd pence, or odd 100, 200 odd pound to pick up. But really what I'd like to do is have at least 10 to 20 grand in the bank, or the account balance first of all, before we look at getting the truck. So a few more quick jobs here. Grimsby to Amsterdam, that's 2 grand. Let's go to sort this out via, let me see, price per distance going down, so highest first I believe. No, it's the highest last. So just let's turn this arrow upside down. No, maybe not. Price I should probably do descending, so highest. No, is it highest first? Yeah, it is. It's highest first. So if I go scroll back to the first page, there's 3.8 grand. That's a Scania. So Cardiff to Southampton for 3 grand, transporting 17 tons of yogurt. That's quite interesting. So let's get this job done. Couple more of these jobs and we should be grand. Good stuff, let's get on the way here. It's a normal trailer again. Oh, it's nice to hear that Scania sound again. Oh, this is one of the ones without sat-nav. Oh, that's so disappointing. Right, just gonna have to use this. Good stuff. Now, to be honest with you, this must be an update, because all the Scanias I use have the sat nav built into it. So maybe, then again, I always use the luxury interior, so maybe that's just it. Hopefully we'll have enough money whenever we buy our first truck to have the sat nav built in, because it's just so unrealistic having this sat nav floating in the mid-air, like. But that's just my personal preference. So let's just check the map here. Forgotten where we're going. So we're going to Southampton, discovering quite a lot of the road here as well. Let's see if we're going through anywhere else. No, it's just pretty much on a highway, cutting through country and straight into Southampton here. That's good. Right, let's get on with it. Oh, good. Green light's up. No retarder on this vehicle either. It's alright. Let's use the air brake. Keep to the disc brakes. Screw you, I'm going through. It's a nice turn. This rain's annoying me. Single road lanes all the way until the motorway. And we're on the motorway just for a short period of time until we're on country lanes again. I'll say country lanes, but in comparison. Me and Red Rabbit were actually having a discussion about some of the flaws in the design of the motorways in the UK specifically. Obviously we don't know that much about the European roads, but the UK roads obviously have been just copied and pasted from the main design of the European roads in the game. But in real life, turn-offs and stuff like that are slightly different. There's always two main lanes, and there's a third lane that opens up for, you know, cutting off or whatnot. Or so I'm told. But there's a few occasions where, you know, your main lane turns into, your slow lane turns into a turn off, and you have to quickly, before you know, after realising, you have to quickly indicate and move over into the overtaking lane or the fast lane. Which for Red Rabbit, who drives in real life, obviously takes a little bit of getting used to. Spies rain. Visibility's horrible. It's pretty much safe to go. Took that a little bit too sharp there. I think this is us heading on to the motorway now. So our ETA will be 3 hours and 19 minutes, which in IRL is probably about 5 minutes or something, I don't know. I've never actually really sat down and calculated the difference between IRL and in-game time with ETS2. Also let us know in the comments below about... hello, going far too fast here. Let us know in the comments below if you ever played ETS1, or even another game which SCS make is Scania Truck Simulator. So it's just the Scanias, and it's more like a driving license type tests and stuff like that. Scenarios that you have to play through. It's quite a good game. Haven't played it myself, but it looks good. Or even let us know as well if you've even played any other SCS build games and what you think about them. Oh, the rain's starting to stop now, which is fantastic. Hate You can immediately see the visibility clearing up as well, so we can turn the high beams off. Oh, speed camera coming up. Make sure I'm at a proper speed here. Well, if the cars are going faster than me, it means everything's alright. I'm going 39, 41, it's a 50 mph speed limit over this bridge. This suspension bridge actually always is, well, most suspension bridges actually is a 50 mph. Obviously because the speed limit doesn't change, I suppose, so. I'm doing 43, so it means these lads in front of me here are doing about a 43, 44. So this guy doesn't hurry up, I'll have to like change lane. Can't anyway. Here, you braking suddenly in front of me. Give him a bit of space. They're all speeding up now. Now that the cameras are gone, speed limit has changed. They're all speeding off. Great help with this game as well is obviously, like I said, I don't drive in real life, so it's good to actually learn, you know, what the signs mean and stuff like that for whenever I do plan to start. It'll help me out. Heading towards London here. I think this is the turn off where it's going to turn into a single lane carriageway. Dual carriageway is obviously 2 lanes, or motorway, but I think the carriageway is just single lane. Or I could just stick with a simple word, a road. That also works. Don't know why I had the indicator on that long, but there we go. We turn off here coming up, so I think I hear my cat in the background. Yeah. Thing. Slow down a bit. Didn't take that wide enough for my liking, but there was no cars there, so it's alright. Safe enough. Also, in my other game, because I've got such an amount of money now, because I've been playing it for such a long time, you know, I don't care whenever I get fines or speed or don't turn the lights on or, you know, go across a red light and whatnot, but this time in this Let's Play I'm going to try and save as much money as possible, obviously, and not get fined or don't speed, things like that. Keep it as realistic and you know, in depth of the simulation as possible. A slight tinge of roleplay in there, but nothing too hectic. Obviously with simulation games there's always going to be a slight hint of roleplay. Well, it depends on how seriously you take it, of course. There is people out there, complete numpties out there, in the multiplayer especially, who like to you know, do up their trucks and ram everyone and make sure everyone's damaged, etc. And that's really not what trucks are there for. So thanks for that, trolls. I'm not sure in the near future if we're going to be doing multiplayer series or Brad's going to be doing a vanilla multiplayer let's play. We'll just have to find out, but I'm sure that we'll at some point in time touch on every aspect of the game. Bogging out slightly there, it's not too bad. I knew the peak of the hill was coming up, so there was really no point to shift down. So 40 mile an hour, doing a 47. But then again, there's no speed cameras coming up here, so it's alright. Put the high beams on, it's getting a wee bit dark. Love the scenery in this game now. Obviously the scenery is going to be so much better when I do get a graphics card, but scenery is still at its lowest quality very nice. I generally like to be polite to the other drivers on the road coming the other direction, turn my high beams down. I know it's only AI, but then again, here's this conversation of depth of simulation coming in, with a slight hint of roleplay. Obviously, Red Volt Gaming Transport, or Red Volt Transport, wants to be known for its politeness on the roads. So $7,000. Ideally I'd like to get 20-25 grand before I buy the first truck, because obviously there's other stuff you have to get, like the garage and stuff as well, and having to do, you know, pay back the loan. I prefer to earn money and pay it out instead of, you know, spend up front and work for it and maybe something goes wrong and then you're in a position that's a bit awkward. So working for it than spending it is how I like to do it. So it may take a little bit longer just to do a little bit of prep and earn that money, but in the long run it'll be worth it. Got a wee turn on coming up here. I'll notice in editing of the last episode, because I'm connected to Steam in this game, I'm going to always see pop-ups of people playing games and whatnot. So tactically I've put our Twitter link and logo watermark down in that corner where they pop up. keeping the identity of people on my Steam friends list a complete secret. Alright, buddy, no need to flash me, and I'm sorry. It's quite a light night so far. It's not too late in the night, so it's not too hard to see quite yet. We're just coming up to Southampton here. Alright, buddy. Paying too much attention to the map to remember about the other people on the other side of the road. Ironically. Alright. There's been a few mods as well I've seen and experimented with where you can get a lot more lights on the cabs or the Scanias and whatnot. You can get the Scania symbol on the back of the cab, which is really fun to look at. Hopefully with SCS they've implemented a lot of these mods into new gameplay and new updates and whatnot. Hopefully they're going to do that with a lot of the good mods, like more lights and whatnot. And possibly, like, you know, the back of the trucks, the actual back of the fairings. There's drivers who put lights there, just in front of the trailer type thing to light up at night time. The road, make sure they're perfectly visible to other drivers. It's always really nice in between Scotland and the top of England. Most drivers have these bright green like neons behind the fairings, and it looks incredible. Coming nicely into Southampton here. Oh, I've just remembered I need to also do something with a setting in the graphics that I forgot about. Yeah, sorry about it. I've got a trailer here. Is it this turn in? I think it might, yeah, there it is. There we go, nice and straight. That's another £3 in the bank. Oh yes, lovely. So I think we're going to stick this on long distance. Right, options. Graphics I need to go to. Right down the bottom, I want, yep, light visibility range high, normal map, traffic headlights, and secondary vehicle lights. So secondary vehicle lights are your beacons and things like that. I want to make sure that we're always going to be able to view those. Pedestrians I don't put on so much, just to make sure that I've got plenty of CPU and graphics power left. Right, that's episode 3 done and dusted. Please come back and watch episode 4 whenever that's out, and we're gonna steadily build up this business of Red Volt Transport. If you haven't done so yet, please subscribe and like, and any questions just leave in the comments. Thank you.